And we are live again. Thank you very much for joining us here on our social media platforms. I'm Elliot Black from the Israel Trade Office, where we've been conducting live intros with our Israeli innovators, our Israeli companies who are pushing business and bringing amazing value in all different areas here in South Africa. And if you've been following our live intros, then you will recognize the gentleman joining us today here in South Africa, Ari Zwick. Good morning.
Hi, Elliot. What's up?
I'm doing very well, thank you. I'm glad to see you're dressed up warm because it is bitey cold here in Johannesburg today.
Yeah, well, what's your story? Why are you wearing short sleeves? What's happening?
I'm Israeli. We only wear short sleeves, Ari.
You're summer now.
I'm also British, so this is summertime for me. So we are Ari is joining us today, not representing one of the second of the two companies, or the first of one of the other companies he represents. I represent a couple of companies in the agriculture sector, and as to whom we are attaining today. The other day we spoke about Dryger, who has humidity and temperature control for agriculture purposes, and today you're representing StepAC. And Ari, can you please tell us what is StepAC? What do you do in this company? What's it all about?
Right, StepAC is a very high-end polymer manufacturing company. They started off about 20 years ago, manufacturing specialized equipment sterilization packages, specifically in the dental industry in Israel, manufacturing it for a company called Henry Schein in the United States. Little pouches where you sterilize your equipment, your little stainless steel equipment that nobody likes to have in their mouths. So that was the sterilization packs. It gives us nightmares when they open it, and but it's actually manufacturing in Israel using very specialized polymers that don't degrade in the heating process of the sterilization of the dental equipment. So what happened was they were messing around with some films in Israel about 20 years ago, and they made some packets. And this guy decided, hey, he needs some place to keep his sandwiches or his fruits and vegetables, while they on his desk. So he put them in one of these pouches. And he closed it and he put it in his drawer and he forgot about it. And a few days later, he goes back to his drawer and he opens it up and he sees that, wow, these fruits are unbelievably ripe and still decent and still at a good quality. So they started, of course, doing the Israeli thing of investigating further and seeing what more they could do. And they created Extend. Extend is an unbelievably smart packaging solution for fruits and vegetables, which gives the producers and the exporters and the farmers a lot of options in terms of logistics. For example, if I'm a cherry producer, and cherry is a very, very sophisticated crop, very popular, very expensive, and very, unfortunately, a very poor shelf life. StepAC developed a solution to store cherries for up to 60 days. In perfect condition. How does this work? Okay, so basically the film is made out of polymers. It also has micro perforations or macro perforations or laser perforations, depending what's needed. So for cherries, for example, they need a specific formulation of film and a specific formulation of penetrations in the bag. You put the cherries inside of it, you seal it properly, hermetically. It has to be properly sealed. And you can, and what happens is inside the packaging, a modified atmosphere is created. Now, a modified atmosphere is an interesting idea. What's the atmosphere? They say when you make a wedding in outer space, it's not always great because there's no atmosphere, right? But in a modified atmosphere packaging, what you're trying to do is you're trying to get rid of the oxygen and you're trying to build up a bit of CO2, carbon dioxide, to put the fruits to sleep. And that's achieved basically with this packaging technology. The film is very sophisticated. It lets certain gases pass through and it traps certain gases inside. That's one component. The other component is a condensation control module of the packaging. It allows water vapor to be released from the packaging. If you have a lot of water vapor or droplets within the package, you could get diseases forming on the fruits and vegetables. But StepAC's products are so sophisticated, they allow excess moisture to go out of the bag. So if you have a film that traps the moisture in, you've got problems. Stepek addressed this by using very specialized films. Israelis are very smart in these kind of things, and they allow the moisture to go out. So you get condensation control. You get rid of the condensation. At the same time, you keep a proper humidity in the bag. So you think, oh, if I'm getting rid of the moisture, I'm drying out the fruit. No, wrong again. The humidity content in the packaging allows the fruits to not lose weight, not lose moisture, but at the same time getting rid of excess moisture that's not needed. So each and every product that we specialize in has a specific film. For example, like cherries, stone fruit, apricots, peaches, plums, nectarines, they sort of share the same family of films because they're the same family of product. But if you go now into, like, let's say pomegranates or lychees or bananas, you have different kinds of films. So in South Africa right now, we're doing we're quite active. We are doing a lot of banana packaging. We're doing a lot of pomegranate packaging, stone fruit packaging, lychees. Passion fruit is a new item. And yeah, we're getting a lot of traction. Hopefully we're going to get a bit into the retail banana environment, where bananas for certain retailers are going to be in our packaging on the shelf in the extended packaging, which is a very exciting development. Over there you see some pictures on the screen of the factory manufacturing these bags. You must understand that these bags are BRC approved, HACCP approved, ISO approved. They come with the highest specification on packaging in the world, and the producers can be well assured that whatever they're putting their fruits into, it's very, very safe. And that's a very, very specific idea. If you look on the screen now, you'll see how broccoli behaves out of the environment, how it stays in the Stepek bag perfect, and in external environment it starts to dry out. So we're around the world, we're using a lot of this packaging in reducing waste, in keeping the fruits and vegetables at an optimum quality, at the optimum time period. You can deliver the stuff much later than ordinarily in regular packaging. And a lot of times when fruits and vegetables are exported, you will get the fruit arriving on the other end of the world, and then the logistics guys are thinking, what must I do with it? Okay, it's arrived now, but the market is full, and I need to get this fruit to the market, otherwise it's going to spoil. So when you got your stuff packed in Extend, the receivers can say, oh, packed in Extend, I've got a couple of days left to market this product. If it arrived on day 30, you can say, okay, I've got till day 45 to market this. Which markets are needing this product? Let's say I won't sell it in the UK, I'll transport it out to Sweden or to Norway, which has got a bit of a longer distance, but I know it's packed and extended, can handle it. And
this is also, it's very much only a consumer in the agriculture market, because very often we go to a shop, I buy a product, and it can be a Class A product, say a box of bananas from one store, a Class A box of products from another store, which, while Class A is quite a vague, loosely used term in the retail world, you can also see there's vastly different packaging between these different products. And often as a consumer, makes me wonder, is it the packaging or is it the actual quality of agriculture that makes a difference? So from what you're showing us here, clearly it's at least a combination, if not very much to do with the packaging of fruit that will, make sure something's going to sit well on my shelf for a few more days rather than going bad tomorrow.
No, for sure. There's no question that what you put in is what you get out, really. So if you're putting in poor products into Stepek bags, you're going to get the enhanced level of storability. But if the product is poor to start off with, the bag is not an intensive care ward or a doctor that's going to fix it, in the process. However, that being said, if you have good quality produce and you're putting it into a Stepek product, it's going to give it a much longer legs, much better nutritional hold, and a much longer life. What we do have is we have another product which has been introduced about a year ago, which is a retail bag for people to buy, keep in their house. When they buy their fresh produce from the store, they bring it home, they put it into this home use bag, seal it, and it has much longer life, either bananas on the shelf, in ambient, or peppers or all other kinds of vegetables, herbs, lettuce, whatever you put into the bag, you seal it, you keep it in your fridge, it'll last much longer. And that's a product that's hopefully going to be seen in South Africa in the near future.
Great.
But currently in South Africa,
we are going to try and keep this short intro, and and I thought it would be very short because, as I said, I'm just a consumer. I thought plastic bags, cardboard boxes, how vast can it be? But this is obviously a very simple product made in a very, very smart and complicated way. So what I'm going to say, Ari, is I want to speak out to our viewers. We've got a few people watching at the moment who are interested in this agriculture, this packaging, this life and value-adding product. I'd like to encourage them to speak to yourself, Ari, who's going to be tagged in on this post, or speak to us at the trade office for more information, to be in touch with Ari and your different StepHack services to find out more. And I want to thank everyone very much for listening. This sounds like almost an obvious solution for an agriculture, a transporter, exporter, packing sort of function. And Ari, please add for us some closing words before we wish everyone a good day.
It's a big buzzword in the world today is plastic packaging and getting the plastic out of the environment and saving the environment. And if you consider what goes into producing a fruit or vegetable, there's water, fertilizer, diesel, manpower, etc., etc. So there's so much that goes into it. If that stuff goes off and it spoils and you throw it away in the bin, the effects of that on the environment are huge because you're losing all the inputs that went into creating that fruit. When you put your fresh produce into a StepHack bag and you give it the opportunity to last much longer and be enabling yourself to consume it, you're saving a lot of global issues by doing so.
Well, thank you very much for and thank you very much, Ari. I think we should finish off by saying that while we're sitting at home trying to go to shops less, trying to save the environment a bit more, let's reach out to Ari. Thank you very much again for joining us, Ari. And we're going to wish all of our viewers a wonderful day and a lovely weekend. Stay safe, keep masked up, and have a good day.
Thanks, Elliot. All the best to you guys.